Cowboys Nation. How the hell y'all feeling right now?
Yo, this is Neville Gallimore from the Dallas Cowboys, and I want to give a major shout out to Mike Tag. Keep bringing the hype to the Cowboys Nation. We love and appreciate it. Now, can you dig it?
What is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag here. Good morning. It's been a long weekend for me. People, Kelly's not on yet. I think he's having some trouble, but I was in Daytona for my daughter's cheer thing, and I had to drive through the rain, through all the storms we're having in Florida, but I made it home by 11:30 and watched the UFC fight, which, Greg, I'll ask you if you happen to see it, but it was terrible. Wasted about an hour of my life. I could have been sleeping. But I'm up early. I'm feeling it. It's game day. And if it's game day, you got to bring, my partner in crime, Greg, who's now becoming a celebrity. He's on Sunday Night Football and stuff. But how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, Mike. Good to see you again, man. Great to be on the show again. Feeling real good about our Cowboys. And it's just good being a Cowboys every day, all the time.
Oh, no, absolutely. And it's been a good season, right? So, the haters come out in full force and they say this and that. No, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. And then we kind of keep proving ourselves. So now we get into the next stage and it's proving yourself. Now the next thing they say is, well, you haven't beat a good team on the road. Now we got to beat winning teams on the road. So we've got back-to-back road games heading up to Buffalo. Thought it was going to be a decent day, but the weather report shows it's going to be going to be windy, going to be rainy, going to be kind of like the way it is in Florida. I don't know if you felt some of this weather that we've had the last, 24 hours, but here we go, man. Like you say, here we go. You made it, you made that mark on Sunday Night Football, but now's another opportunity for the Cowboys to prove themselves.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game, man. I really feel good about this game. I only have one concern, and it's about the kicking game. Aubrey can kick at 70 yards, but Buffalo's got this mysterious wind that only comes up when the ball gets close to the post. All of a sudden, it just blows the ball off course. It can be straight down the center, and almost at the last second, it blows the ball off course. And I really think Aubrey is going to be the catalyst to this game because of the weather. And I know he can get it there, but I'm just concerned about that mysterious wind that Buffalo has.
Yeah, no, it's going to be windy. I think they said it was going to be windy, going to be rainy. So the Cowboys, they made a couple changes and they elevated Malik Davis. So he's probably going to be active today. And then I believe it's who's our other guy? Carl Davis, another Davis.
Carl Davis.
Defensive tackle. So we got
Booker.
we got Hankins that's going to be out, and he's been a big run stopper for us. He's big body in the middle, so hopefully Carl will be able to fill that void. But looking at the game, and make sure I always forget this. Make sure if you guys are new to the channel, hit that like, subscribe, share, get all that pleasantries out of the way. And then the last thing, it's Christmas time, so make sure you get your opportunity to get some Cowboys Cave gear. This is our first edition. I have to get something with Greg in there soon. We'll have to figure out something for you, my man. We got to get something in there. But you can go to Twisted Gorilla if you do the Cowboys Cave for the discount code. You get 15% off your entire order, and that could be our stuff or their stuff. They've got a lot of cool T-shirts out there, so definitely check out Twisted Gorilla. Get yourself something for the holidays. Who wouldn't want a nice shirt with our face on it? It's always good. So. Excuse me. Still getting over the sickness from last week. But let's talk about the game, and definitely in the chat, we want to get your opinion as well. So looking at the Bills, what's your concern on offense, their offense versus our defense?
The first thing is Josh Allen, because Josh Allen, if he gets out of the pocket and Josh Allen is running and he's looking for receivers, two things. One, he can get those first downs that they need when he gets out of the pocket, and the linebackers are almost frozen because they don't know if he's getting ready to throw it, if he's getting ready to run it. And then if a linebacker pursues him, all of a sudden he can drop it over their head if somebody's open. But I'm confident in our cornerbacks and our safeties that they're going to be kind of prepared for that, and the linebackers are going to slide out to look out for that. And Josh Allen himself and his legs are going to be the determining factor how well Buffalo does. I don't think his arm is going to be the reason if they were to win, because I'm expecting him to throw at least two INTs, and they can be game changers. I just hope the cornerbacks and safeties can hang on to him because of the wet weather. But as far as interceptions, I'm looking for a couple of them. Their offense doesn't scare me as much. I still say if our offense can tread through that weather, score at least 30 points, I know we'll win this game. We'll win this game easily. Yeah,
and it's going to be, if the weather's nasty and the wind is going, it doesn't favor the passing game. And obviously that's the strength of our offense, is throwing the ball down the field. And if you're in some nasty weather, it's going to be one of those old school down and dirty games. And I had said this before. I mean, the Bills' running game hasn't been impressive. And to me, the Cowboys' running game hadn't been impressive. I mean, they're kind of middle of the road, both of them. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And, we talked about Malik Davis getting elevated. So maybe they're looking to pound the rock a little bit if the weather is bad and the situation is going. But, you're playing a Buffalo team that's desperate. I mean, they're basically in playoff mode right now. They're fighting for their lives. So you're going to get an amped up Bills team. You're going to get, and the funny thing I saw with Josh Allen, you and I talked about a little before we went on, is, I mean, he's only taken 18 sacks, which is, I think, the lowest, if not near the lowest in the NFL. But he has, I think, either the top or the third most pressures against. So the defense is getting pressure on him. So Cowboys should be able to get some pressure on him. It's, are they going to be able to get him down before he gets rid of the ball or before he takes off running? So it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course you got Diggs out there, and there's something funky going on with him and Diggs. The Stephon Diggs. Right. So it's going to be a good game. And look who showed up this morning. Let's pop him in here. We gotta get Kelly in here. Kelly, what is going on with you this morning?
What's up, Kelly?
What's up, fellas?
There you
are. Hey, man.
I got how's it going? Y'all doing good?
Oh, we're doing good.
Doing good. So you made it. You had some technical difficulties. Can you hear us?
There we go.
All right.
I can hear you. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you, man. Right. We're ready to roll, man.
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good. Well, you made it. So we're talking a little bit about, you can jump in. We're talking about the Bills offense versus Cowboys defense. So what's your thoughts on that matchup? You there?
Well,
Kelly,
the offense for the Bills is yeah.
Kelly, you're having some technical issues, man. I can't hear you. You're having delay issues.
Yeah, hang on just a second here. Sorry, man.
All right. Well, great. Yeah. That's what happens when you have live. And last time, I don't know if you know this, Greg, last time, Kelly had me going thinking my video was messed up, my audio was messed up. I ripping everything all over the place. Come to find out it was him. And I was changing everything. But that's what happens sometimes when you do live stuff and it goes into that. So, Kelly, you're drinking a little bit, so that's a good sign. Are you back with us now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I think we're good.
All right. Well, give us the Bills. Give us the Bills offense for
Scott says, Kelly, switch out of the hamster for a squirrel internet. Yeah, no, the Bills offense is it's a good offense. It can be an explosive offense, man. But the thing about it is Josh Allen's either on or he's off. I know I have full confidence that this Cowboys defense is going to be able to get Josh Allen and force him into at least one turnover.
Yeah.
And I actually was talking to a Bills fan yesterday, oddly enough, Bills fan in Omaha, but ran into a Bills fan, and he said they're pretty confident. Let me just tell you this, and I've seen a few of them online and Twitter or whatever, and they're pretty confident. They're confident that their offense is going to be able to put up points. Basically, they're like, man, Josh Allen's going to have a field day on your secondary, and I'm like, Dallas has I think we're the third best secondary in the league in terms of passing defense. I'm like, are you sure about that? Because I don't think so. I don't think Josh Allen's going to be able to move the ball in the Cowboys like that. But I mean, obviously you've got Diggs out there who can be an explosive guy. That's the guy that you want to double up and worry about him. But they do have some other playmakers out there. Dalton Kincaid is a good young rookie tight end. And then you've got Gabe Davis that can make some plays. Their running game's not really much of a threat, which I think that is good for the Cowboys, because if they had a really good running game, I'd be more concerned. But they typically seem to put that all on Josh Allen. So since they put that all on him, I'm pretty confident in what we can do to stop them.
No, I agree. And we talked about the weather. So the weather, and if we got any boots on the ground in Buffalo right now, let us know. But the weather is supposed to be rainy, windy. So it's one of those games where it may be a running type of game if the wind especially is going, and our strength is the pass. We elevated Malik Davis up, so he's going to be dressed. So maybe it's going to be pound the rock or get things going. And obviously we brought up the other Davis on defensive tackle to make up for Hankins. We talked about that. So what's your confidence with the weather situation? And I'll ask both of you, Greg, again, being able to run the ball on this Bills defense in the weather conditions that are going to be.
Well, the thing is, I hope they can hold on to the ball and not fumble it, because both teams are going to have issues once everything gets wet as far as holding on to the ball and fumbling. And Buffalo is good for trying to punch that ball out. Now, we do a good job at it too, but because Buffalo's desperate, Buffalo's going to try every measure possible to try to get that ball out of our hands, to get that ball back, because they need it. And I'm hoping Malik Davis can hold on to that ball. Pollard, I'm hoping Dak is very careful with that ball when he's running out of the pocket, securing it, and then making sure he goes down and not allowing him to punch it out. So if we eliminate the turnovers for us, that's going to be a great thing. But either way you look at it, the slipping and sliding, trying to get your grip, making those cuts as a running back, the slipping and sliding on the defensive line, trying to get leverage to go in, the linebackers trying to move from side to side and sliding. And something has been running through my mind about a receiver catching the ball on Bills or something, and because it's so wet, they catch it in a slide, and that slide carries them about 5 or 10 yards before somebody touches them, because that slide is going to give people extra yardage that a dry field wouldn't give them if they're catching it low. So that's something else to look out for too. Yeah.
Kelly, what's your thoughts with the running?
Hey, Mike, I just wanted to ask a question real quick, because we can't go the whole hour without addressing. And I see Ultra in here with some very positive comments today. And I just want to know, Ultra, we've wondered before if there's two accounts, if it was just bipolarism or what was going on. But I can't let you off the hook here, because Ultra, I want to know what you feel about last week, because you were talking a lot of smack last week about what the Eagles were going to do to the Cowboys. And now you're sounding super positive over here in the chat.
He said we're going to lose. Kelly, you weren't on. He said we're frauds. He said we're going to lose to the Bills. We're frauds on the road, he said. Now that's what Greg and I were talking about. Greg and I were talking about the haters. And the narrative always changes, right? It's like the Cowboys this season, you hadn't beat a winning team, whatever they want to use. Then we go on. We obviously went on a run, beat the Eagles, beat Seattle. And you could even argue the Rams. People are forgetting the Rams are kind of creeping themselves back into the race. And now the narrative is you can't win on the road. You can't win big games on the road. So it's gonna change. And that's what they do. So Ultra. The only thing and I like Ultra. I don't want to take too much time on him, but I just wish consistency. Like, you've been very consistent in what you've said. You've stand by it. I think I do. And we criticize the Cowboys. It's not like we're homers and we give the hate, and
Right.
we're objective when we need to. But I'm not a flip flopper. I mean, I think there was not a doubt in my mind, and I want Greg. I really want your opinion because you weren't able to be on the show when we did the Eagles stuff. There was zero doubt in my mind that we were going to smoke the Eagles. I
Yep.
said it on every show. I was guest on shows, and I stood by it. No doubt about it. Ultra said we were going to beat the Eagles a few weeks ago, and then when the week came, he said we're going to get killed. So I don't like that. Like, if you say the Eagles are going to beat us, say it consistently throughout the season or through the weeks. But what was your thoughts, Greg, just asking you on the Eagles? Were you as confident, or were you concerned with that game?
No, I was very confident. And anybody that saw my pregame video, you saw where I said, you Philly fans, you are in trouble because this game is going to be epic. Remember that. I said it is going to be epic, and we are going to beat y'all down in Dallas. And I've been saying since that first game, the second time around is going to be epic, and you Eagles going to wish you didn't come. And they saw my video, the pregame before kickoff. They saw it, and they realized exactly what I said was happening. I felt it in my bones that it was going to be an epic blowout, and that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I don't know, Kelly, did you see Greg he ended up on Sunday Night Football? They had a couple clips of him pregame.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
They
had to look
man. That's badass.
Snippets when Jason Garrett was sitting there interviewing Dak about where did you come up with "Here we go," and they start clipping to a few fans saying "Here we go," and some of the players "Here we go," and then you see my clip in the man cave saying "Here we go," because Kelly, that particular pregame video, I was in my man cave and I was talking. I said, all I want to see tonight is "Here we go," and I was imitating. I was throwing the ball to Brandon Cooks for 25, throwing the ball to Schooner for 15, and handing off to Pollard. So they took that clip when I said, "Here we go," and then they took another clip at the end when I said, "We're going to be on prime time," and they put it in. And I didn't know until some friends had texted me and said, "Man, you're on TV." So they recorded and sent it back to me, and then everybody started calling me. It was pretty clip. It was pretty
nice, man. So not only do we got a super fan on here, man, we got ourselves a celebrity.
Not with us anymore. I thought he was gonna just say, "Hey, I don't make appearances anymore." You go through my A's.
Yeah, sorry guys, I can't come on the show no more. Sorry, you gonna start big timing.
Oh man. Well, I'm hoping. I would love to be just one 20-minute segment fully dressed on ESPN. Because ESPN sent me a message in TikTok saying, "Hey, do you own this video? And can we have permission to display it on all our platforms?" And then the Bleacher Report did the same thing. I said, "Sure, go ahead." So they put it on their platforms online, and it's pretty cool, man. It's just, if my sister hadn't told me to do this year on TikTok, when I've been doing this on Facebook for the last 5 years, you never know.
No, you are a TikTok king. I hate TikTok. I put my videos on there, but people just are so mean that I don't interact with it. They're just very mean to me. Mean.
I don't give that. Like I told you last time, I don't give the haters any air. I read it, I smile, no air.
So hey, we got to interact with our chat, man. It's hopping, and just want to get your guys' opinion. Kelly, we'll start with you, then Greg. How do you feel about Bland today? I think if we keep Josh Allen on the move, Bland will have a day, and I think the weather it's going to be interesting with the how the passing game is. But Kelly, what's your thoughts on Bland and really the secondary overall with Josh Allen? I mean, I think you tweeted it. He's been a turnover machine pretty consistently. So, what's your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I seen something earlier. Scott had asked me, "What's his Zing Zang mixed with?" Well, it's vodka. That's a Bloody Mary. Zing Zang mixed in vodka. Anyway, so but I think that first of all, not to give away like any type of like bold prediction or anything, but I think Bland's gonna get himself a pick today, and I'm hoping it's a pick six. I'd love to see a pick six, but I think Bland I think this secondary ends up with 2 interceptions today. And I think that because Josh Allen's a guy who likes to try for the home run play, and he does that a lot. And I just feel like he'll continue to do that. And this defense is opportunistic. So, he's thrown an interception in all games but 2, Josh Allen. So that's 11 games this year that he's thrown an interception in. So why, as a Cowboys fan who's watched Cowboys all year, who is one of the best teams in taking the ball away, why would I think that they're not going to be able to do that to get today against a guy who has shown you what he is? You know that old phrase that said, when someone shows you what they are, believe them. That's right? He's shown us what he is. So I'm going to believe him. And, and what's crazy about it is he has to be, he's gotten a lot more heat this past season anyway for throwing these interceptions. He has. I will say that the media has pointed out to this whole Josh Allen thing, but there's still people out there who say that Josh Allen is still one of the elite quarterbacks, one of the top 5 quarterbacks, and there's still people that say he's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott, and that's because they'll say, well, he's won in the playoffs. Well, when you look at their playoff records, they're not that far away. No. They're really not that far away. Right. And when you look at their overall, dude, Josh Allen's thrown more interceptions than Dak Prescott, and he came in the league 2 years after him. So I think this secondary is going to be able to capitalize off of some turnovers. I think that this defense, when they do get turnovers, they tend to make you pay in the worst way, whether that be taking it back to the house or getting really good field position. And then when you do that, you've got Dak Prescott on the other side of the field, and we already know what he's been doing. So it's going to be one of those, here we go, type of games today for Dak Prescott.
Yeah, the only concern, I feel so good about this game, except the weather. The weather is always a game changer, and it can be sloshy up in Buffalo. And I was looking at the Weather Channel this morning, and I thought I noticed that the weather's going to come in a little later in the New York than I was expecting. And if that storm really hits that area sooner, you could possibly have a delayed game, a game that just delayed, if not even canceled, because this storm is ravaging the East Coast. But the remnants behind it are the ones that's supposed to hit Buffalo when they hit them. And I think that they're scheduled to hit later in the evening. So it may start off to be a fairly dry game, which we should really take advantage of on the field to try to get as many points as we can. And like Kelly was saying, get some interceptions from Josh, because he loves to sling it unconsciously sometime. And Bland, he's probably salivating for the play against Josh. But that weather is the only issue and concern I have. And I was telling Mike earlier, Kelly, that the kicking game, I think, is going to be extremely important for us, because now that we know that Aubrey can kick almost 70 yards, Buffalo has that strange wind as the ball, it'll be going straight to the goalpost, and all of a sudden you'll see this strange wind and hit it and blow that ball away. And I think Aubrey's going to be the game changer if we need it, if he can maneuver that wind and get that ball through the uprights.
Yeah. Don't bring up kicking game with the Bills. That gives them bad flashbacks. We want to be careful. We don't want to have anything.
Right. Yeah, my brother always talks about when that Super Bowl, when they kicked the ball wide right, man. I wish you could have seen him during that game. We were watching the game. He was up, oh, we got this. And when the ball went wide right, I thought he had died.
Yeah, no. And yeah. And we're going to get into that in one second. We have one more question. Kelly, we talked about this earlier, so I want to get your opinion on it. Another question in the chat. Buffalo's in the need of a win. They're in playoff mode. They're desperate. Yeah. Dallas, obviously, we've won some games, and you never like to play a team that's backed up against the corner, backed up against the wall, and with their playoff lives at stake. How do you think does that help the Bills? Does it hurt them? To me, it's a momentum thing. When you play a team like this, it's almost you got to start fast. You got to just kind of demoralize them, similar to what we did to the Eagles last week. But what's your thoughts about playing a desperate Buffalo team? Because it's not, a lot of people say, oh, well, you should beat Buffalo. Oh, you should win this game. It's not who you play, it's when you play them. And playing Buffalo now, you've got a team with their back up against the wall. Josh Allen, we can kid and joke. He is a good quarterback. He's a top quarterback. He's a fighter. So you got to expect that they're going to come out swinging.
Well, here's what I'll say. I'm going to say this. I think that this win would be a signature win for the Cowboys when it comes to road victories this year. This would be a signature win because this is a good team. Let's not try to sit there and blow past it. I mean, I'm confident that we win today. I really am. But I'm not overlooking the Bills as some scrub team, some pushover team, some teams to be easy to beat. I just think that the Cowboys are that much more talented than the Bills. That's what I believe. And I think that that's what's going to do it is that the Cowboys have more talent. I think the Cowboys have the better quarterback. I think the Cowboys have the better secondary. I think the Cowboys have the better offensive line. I think just top to bottom, I just think the Cowboys win in every single category. I think, and I even think better coach, better head coach. So I just, but I do think that winning on the road is hard. But I think that the best thing that happened for the Cowboys was that they didn't, that they won against the Chiefs. Cause I think that's a good thing because then they'd be really, if we go in this game, then it's desperation time. Right. And it's one of those things where it might almost be impossible to beat the Bills because right now they're in the playoffs. They lost this game. They're still not out of it. This wouldn't eliminate them from the playoffs. It would make things a little bit more difficult. But they'd still be around and still be in it. So I don't think it's not so much a desperation game by Buffalo. And I think every week when you're talking about late in the season, December, every game becomes big, right? I mean, Philly last week, you could argue that was a desperation game for them. I mean, just because of the fact they just got their asses handed to them by the 49ers at home. And they were looking to bounce back. You heard all the talk last week. A.J. Brown was saying, hey, we got a response. You talked to their coach. I'm going to keep things in-house. You guys will see Sunday night. They had a bunch of big tough guy talk going into that Sunday night game, only to go out and lay the proverbial egg while the Cowboys put a pimp slap down on them and beat them by 20. So you can say what you want, and you can feel what you want as a Buffalo Bills player or whoever, fan, whatever. Doesn't stop the fact that the Dallas Cowboys, one of the hottest teams in the NFL, is rolling into Buffalo ready to handle some business. And I think this Cowboys team has proven week to week it's a different team than what we've seen in the past. Yeah. It's not a team that's getting their head blown up and listening to the media talk about how good they are. They don't care about that. What they care about is going onto the field and smacking you around for 60 minutes and letting you know we're the better football team than you and we're going to beat you. So however that has to happen, whether it be by us grinding out an ugly win, whether it's by us a last-minute field goal, whatever it is, I have confidence that this team comes out with a win today.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
we want to get Greg. This is interesting, Kelly. You weren't on yet; you were still waking up. But Greg and I were talking. Now, I didn't tell Greg, but I have an Eagle fan in my house right now as we speak.
Oh goodness!
One of my best friends grew up, since high school. He's the one who went to the Eagle game when I went to Texas Stadium. I told the story a few times, but so he came to the house. He's chilling. We're gonna watch old school football with the family. Got some wings ordered, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. And I think the Eagles were supposed to play today, but they moved it to Monday, I guess, in some flex thing. So it kind of ruined it. But he's coming to watch the Cowboys win anyway. But you tell me what's worse, having an Eagle fan in my house or Greg having a Bills fan in his house right now. They're going to watch the game together. And I don't know if it makes it worse, but it's his brother.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if your brother wants to pop in, but what do you think about that, Kelly?
Come on.
Well, I guess if it's your brother, if it's family, blood is thicker than water, they say. So I guess blood have to be thicker than being a Buffalo Bills fan. And so I've had it happen, man. I got a best friend of mine that's a 49ers fan, but I've pretty much told him we ain't watching no more damn 49ers games and Cowboys games together. Like we're done doing that until we can beat them. I'm tired of watching them games and then getting our asses handed to us. And then you know how that's went the past 3 times we've seen him.
Yeah,
I don't watch games. He ain't allowed at my house until we get over that hump.
Yeah, Kelly, my brother and my wife was in on this. My brother, he coaches at a high school in Birmingham, and they're out of school for the holiday. So he called my wife to make sure we were going to be in town. Of course, I'm going to be at watching the game, and said he was coming down. And later on during the day, yesterday, somebody was ringing the doorbell, and I said, doorbell, and I thought it was FedEx. So the door, this guy's got a backpack. I said, who is this? And I opened the door. I said, Jim, what are you doing here? What? And he surprised me. And Nellie said, I knew he was coming. I said, you didn't say anything? She said, no. And I said, what's going on? He said, I came down to watch the game with you because, you know, the Cowboys playing the Bills. We always said we want to watch it together. I said, well, you came all the way down here to watch you get beat because it's going to happen. But this is the baby brother. My other brother's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He's in mourning right now. This is my baby brother, Jim. They call him Coach Neighbors, but you call him Jim.
Well, I'll say Coach Neighbors, always respect coaches. So, Coach Neighbors, first, welcome. Welcome to the cave. You're fully ready. Looks like you're ready for game day, and it's early and you're even ready. So, what's your thoughts of your Bills team right now? They've been kind of up and down, but give us your observation of your team.
Well, first of all, let me say this. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Make sure y'all remember that. Now I've sat here and listened to you guys put down my offense. You say our offense is not a threat. Josh Allen throwing interceptions. Kelly, you even said Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Josh Allen. I can't believe you said that.
I think he stands by that, and I do too.
On no media outlets, no magazines, even in the street corners in the barbershop, nobody will agree with you that Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Josh Allen. You know better than that.
But
now, Josh Allen,
I don't think so. Outlets, who wants to listen to the media outlets because they always have some hate. Let's break it down. Let's break down what has Josh Allen done that's so great that Dak Prescott hasn't. Let's just right down the line. What has he done? Go ahead. Are we going to talk about the Chiefs game?
You talking about for me or Kelly? Is that for me or Kelly?
That's for you. That's for you.
Oh, what has Josh Allen done?
For you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give you a comparison. Dak Prescott was on the trading block in Dallas for the last 6-7 years.
Where? When?
You all hated.
No.
Hated
See, you
Dak
must be
Prescott.
listening to ESPN.
Every game you all lost, it was Dak. Now, Dak is having one good year, and everybody has jumped on the bandwagon. Dak is great. Dak is a good quarterback. However, Josh Allen can carry a team on his back. The only problem with Josh Allen, as we all know, he forces balls instead of taking the underneath routes and the check downs. He will try to force it in there because it's strong arm. Now, his decision making has cost us a few ball games because right now we should be at least 10 wins. We all know that. Dak Prescott is in a system that he's really managing right now. He's throwing the ball over the field. You got great wide receivers. You got a great offense. But I still don't agree, honestly, that Dallas offense is so much better than Buffalo's. We just got Joe Brady in the last few weeks that has improved our offense the way it should have been all year. It's just that I don't want to, throw shade at Ken Dorsey. It's just that some plays have taken a toll on him. Let me just say that.
You needed a scapegoat. You needed a scapegoat. You go after my man from the U. Greg got to back me up on that. And it was an easy out. He wasn't the one throwing those passes to the other team.
No, I agree. But Dak Prescott has been having a good season for the last couple of months. It's not been like that. Early in the season, he struggled. Now, check this out. When Dak Prescott played against the 49ers, what did he do?
Oh, he played bad. There's no doubt about it.
So that pretty much is a good indication of what's to come when y'all play them in the NFC Championship.
We'll see.
Get ready.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And you'll be watching. And
he will be watching.
Playoffs.
He'll be watching from Birmingham.
I'll definitely be watching because we're going to end up in the AFC Championship because today, Josh Allen is going to use his legs. We're going to dink and dunk, and we're going to run the ball right at Micah Parsons, something that teams haven't been doing all year. See, people have been letting Micah Parsons take over. When you have a power rusher like Parsons, you have to run the ball right at him. Throw some jabs at him a couple times, get him off his block, and then you can do whatever you want to do on offense. But today, it's going to be this. It's not going to be a high-scoring game. I can tell you that. I don't think so. Like you all said, the weather's going to be a factor, but I think it's going to come down to special teams. And Hardy for us is a great return guy. And as long as our defense steps up, I'm still afraid because Micah Hyde is not playing. There's no replacement for an all-pro. But, like I said, nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, baby. You're going to get the best out of us today. And I'm going to tell you something. We win this game today, we're going to win the AFC East. You mark my word, because Miami has Jets today. They got Ravens. It's a tough schedule on down the road for them. Miami is a finesse team. There ain't no power team now. They run a gimmick offense, run all this little motion stuff. We already humbled them one time, and they will be humbled in Miami in the last game of the season. I promise you that.
Yeah, listen. Jim is on that Birmingham juice. This is Mike. This is how we've been rolling since we were kids. And my other brother Mike too with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we beaten both of them in the Super Bowls. Yeah, Pittsburgh got a couple of them, but we beat them both in the Super Bowls. And I think we all got the bruises from them fights after them games too. But he's a passionate Buffalo Bills fan, as we are with Dallas Cowboys.
I love it. I love it. Kelly's been fighting with some Bills people. So Kelly, I know Kelly has the numbers. Kelly, you wanna talk about Josh Allen, Dak Prescott?
Well, I just want to say, to first thing, I don't know really where to start unpacking this, because this like a treasure chest of goodies we got to start unpacking. But the Dak Prescott on the trade block, the last 6 years, Dak Prescott ain't never been on no trade block ever. Period. He's never had a losing season. Dak has never had a losing season his entire career, never, not once. Now, I would say this: Josh Allen does have Dak Prescott beat in one category. That's interceptions. And that's not really something to be proud of, okay? Now, he's played 2 less seasons, actually 2.5 less seasons than Josh Allen, because you got to factor in the year that Dak Prescott was injured. Also, Josh Allen's playoff record is 4-4. Dak Prescott's is 2-4. Neither one of them have a Super Bowl win, so I'm going to throw that out the window right there, because a lot of the playoff wins, I mean, you talk about 2. Dak Prescott could change that this year. Like, he could literally catch Josh Allen playoff wins this year, so that's still to be determined. Josh Allen has had the better overall team, I would say that, because he's had the offense and defense together, whereas Dallas is just kind of getting things together now. This is the first year I feel like they've had an offense that's consistent with their defense. Yes. But I'll just say this right here. Dak Prescott has had several good seasons. He had a season just a couple years ago where he was at 4,900 yards. Josh Allen's never thrown for no 4,900 yards. Now, at the end of the day, when you sit there and you unpack the numbers and you look at it and you look at total QBRs, Dak Prescott typically at the end of the year is closer to 100 QBR rating. I think Josh Allen peaks around 97. So Dak Prescott's got him beat in that category. I would say the only area that Josh Allen's got over Dak would be the playoff wins. And again, it's 2-4 versus 4-4. So if we're really going to say that is the big indicator, well then, so be it. We can determine that this year. But Dak is also this year playing at an MVP level. Yes. So you're going to play at an MVP level. You're going into Buffalo. Now, I will give you this as well. Buffalo Bills, they circle the wagon. Well, they made a rule back in the Wild Wild West that the Cowboys could no longer slaughter the Buffalo Bills because they did that. They was killing all the Buffalo. All the Buffalo was getting killed by the Cowboys. And so they said, you know what? Y'all can't do that no more because the Buffalo Bills are almost extinct. They're almost done. You got to stop it. You got to stop it. And then we went into the Super Bowl and the Cowboys broke that rule and they just slaughtered the Bills on the field in front of the national audience. I don't know, And it was horrible. I remember watching that game. It was pretty good. I think it's 52 points that they dropped on the Bills. Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to drop record.
Do we know how long ago that was?
Oh, come on now,
Jim.
About
listen. We can get a taste of that today.
We hadn't been to a Super Bowl. Been back to a Super Bowl, and neither have you all.
Yes.
And that's the reason why I said that's
right.
Trading block, because Jerry Jones didn't want to pay him. That's what I mean by trading block. Jerry Jones waiting there, and you all know that. You all were mad because everybody was wondering, why don't he go ahead and give Dak his money? Well, Jerry Jones is a smart businessman. Yeah. He knew. He was trying to weigh his options. Well, let's see. I think every time they interview him, I don't know. Dak could be playing much better. There are some guys out there that we can go looking for. And next thing you know, Dak interviewing, and they asked him, Dak, hey man, what you think about Jerry Jones? I really don't know. He didn't know if he was going to be back himself.
But he's back.
He
never left.
This is Dak's first year of being consistent.
That is a lie. That is an
first 3 years.
Look at your numbers and tell me a year.
Look at a number. What consistent in what? Consistent in what? What's your consistency?
Playing the quarterback position.
No,
he's never had a year like this.
Qualifying
his first 2 seasons.
He's never had a year like this.
First 2 seasons.
Everything has been Dak throwing interceptions. Dak
throwing interceptions, the lowest interception rate. He had 1 year where he had interceptions. Last year he had high interceptions.
Last year was the first year.
Coach, you've been watching.
Has he had 1 year like this? Has he had 1 year like this?
Yes, he has.
Yes, his
Yeah.
rookie year was good. His third year was good.
Yes,
His fourth
yes.
year was
Hold on. 2021, 4,449 yards, 37 touchdowns to only 10 interceptions. That was just 2 years ago.
And where did y'all go in 2021?
2 years ago. Okay.
Make the playoffs?
2019.
We went
2019. This was the year because he got injured in 2020. 2019, 4,902 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Dak Prescott has been consistent. 2018, 38-85, 22 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I mean, Dak Prescott's been as consistent as a quarterback. This will be the third season that he's led his team to a 12 or more win season.
Yes.
We know we're going to
Yes.
win 12 wins this year,
Yes.
but this will be the third year, back to back to back. That's the definition of consistency.
Now, I hear what you're saying,
The
Kelly.
definition.
One factor you left out of there. How many teams did he beat with all those numbers in the playoffs? What's his record? What's his efficiency in the playoffs?
Brad,
2 and 4. 2 and 4.
2 and 4.
Efficiency in the playoffs.
And Josh Allen's 4-4, and I want Greg to jump in on this too. But here's the deal: look at his playoff. Lost to Green Bay wasn't his problem. That was a defense giving up a 3rd and 19, 3rd and 21, whatever it was at the end of the game.
Right.
He played lights out against the Rams. They lost. He played good. The defense gave up 400 yards rush. I don't know what it was, some crazy ass number of rusher. His bad playoff games. Really, the 49ers. The 49ers have his number. The 2 losses that he has, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I'm not going to hide from it. The 2 playoff games against the 49ers, they have his number. They've been bad games. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But the other losses, I'm not going to put on him. Now, a quarterback is judged by the Super Bowls. I mean, you're a Bills fan. Jim Kelly was from the U. I love Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly never gets the respect he deserves. Went to 4 straight Super Bowls. Right. I don't think that'll ever get done again, but he didn't win them. And and Dan Marino's another one from I grew up in South Florida. Dan Marino probably was the greatest pure passer that this NFL's ever seen, but he's never going to get to the Joe Montana, the John Elways of that era because he hasn't won a Super Bowl. So that's the measuring stick is for a quarterback. Unfortunately, you're judged by Super Bowl wins.
And the thing about Dak is just like Kelly and what we're saying, Jim, Dak has always been a consistent winner. Our defense hasn't always measured up over those years. Now you say this is the first year he's played that way. No, really, this might be one, and I'll give you this. This might be one of the first years we've had total weapons on both sides of the field that are gelling together. In the past, our defense is what lost those playoff games. It wasn't Dak. Dak was playing the way he needed to play. Zeke was playing the way he needed to play. Our defense couldn't get the big plays that they needed to get. This year, defense and offense finally are together. We finally have a potent defense, a potent offense, but everybody wants to look at the quarterback to attribute the success of the team because they're the biggest profile. So I can understand why you would say, well, Dak did this. Well, you got to look at it wider than that. The lens is the defense is the reasons why we didn't win those other playoff games. It wasn't Dak. Dak did what he had to do. The defense just kind of let us down. But now we have the defense. Now we're complete.
Well, I can make the same case for Josh Allen. I mean, we had the Chiefs with 13 seconds left. If Sean McDermott go ahead and squib the ball and make them take some time off, and then instead of backing our secondary up when Patrick Mahomes hit one of their receivers to get them in field goal range to send in overtime, I mean, we win that game going probably win the Super Bowl.
Inexcusable to lose that game.
So that's what I'm saying. So it goes hand in hand. But my thing is no way you all gonna tell me that Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Josh Allen. I don't see that. I do not see. I think Dak Prescott is a good quarterback, but Josh Allen is a game changer.
God, game changer turning the ball over and losing.
That's right.
He's a game changer for the wrong side of the ball.
That's right. See, that's right.
And that may be true. That may be true at times. But I still have yet to see Dak Prescott take Dallas to a Super Bowl or NFC championship game. He hasn't done it yet.
Well, we still not gone to a championship game. He has not gone to a Super Bowl. So what's the
difference? Wait. We lost to the Chiefs in the AFC championship game now. Josh Allen took us to the AFC championship game.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I know now. I know.
He lost in the last. All right, so he lost to Patrick Mahomes. That wasn't the one you guys blew, was it?
AFC Championship game because Stephon Diggs came back on the field to watch the celebration.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
But see,
So what's
that's something Dak hadn't seen.
Next round. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
How come Patrick Mahomes owns Josh Allen?
Yeah.
I don't think he owns Josh Allen. I mean, seriously. I mean, like you all said, the quarterback gets all the pub and he gets all the negativity.
But you're giving back the negativity.
No, what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. When a team loses, they're going to always blame the quarterback. Of course, we already know that. However, we know, looking at Buffalo Bills team, we've been depleted with injuries. I mean, major Milano, T. White, and Jones have been
next man up.
Well, people say next man up, but we know you don't have a next man up behind all
so let me ask
all
you,
pro players.
Let me ask you the $1 million question. What's going to be excuse tonight when we beat y'all?
Well, I can tell you right now.
Wait, no.
Final score. The final. I can go into detail.
We're going to get predictions.
We're going to get predictions.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but I can tell you this: Buffalo will win this game because of Josh Allen using his legs. Our tight end's going to play a big factor, and you all going to make a mistake and put Gilmore on Diggs, and Diggs is a great route runner. And Gilmore's gotten much older now. Gilmore is good in intermediate routes, but now when you burn him deep, if you notice, he was beat deep last week in your game last week. But I can tell you this: Diggs has deceptive speed. So now once he get in front of you, if Josh Allen puts it on the money, it's lights out. Now teams have been taking away our deep ball. So Joe Brady came in and started this efficient dink and dunk offense, which Ken Dorsey should have done a while back. So you all think Dallas going to come in Buffalo and get a win and think you're going to beat us like Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a finesse team as well. We're not. So you all have your hands full today. Like I said, my only concern is Michael Hyde being out in that secondary, but we have a good offense. We have a good offensive coordinator. And it's going to come down to Josh Allen using his legs and taking them checkdowns and dinking, dunking, and managing, keeping that ball away from Dallas and getting this win.
We'll see. We'll see.
Kelly. Anything to add, Kelly, or no? Well, here's the thing. With
Buffalo. I was just gonna say. Well, no, I was just gonna say. I mean, as far as the Bills actually have a winning record against Mahomes. Somebody here in the chat actually just pointed that out in the regular season. In the postseason, however, they're 0-2, and that's really when it matters. So, I mean, I heard that
really matters. Did y'all not just say something about the Chiefs? Did you not just say something about Dallas?
Yeah.
And playoff records, and now we're coming back to Buffalo and the Chiefs record? Come on now.
No, we're balanced.
No, I'm just saying.
In front of the Cowboys and the 49ers. We just wanted to
going back to the point where you said that they didn't own the Chiefs, didn't own the Bills, but I'm just saying that in the playoffs they're 0-2 versus the Chiefs. So I heard that I heard Patrick Mahomes got a car in his garage and it's called Josh Allen because he owns it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're gonna talk about tonight.
Yeah. Tonight.
Yeah, we're going to talk about tonight.
I'm telling you, man.
Can you imagine what we go through when we're in the same room?
Yeah, we're going to win this game because we are a more dangerous team.
I'll be a fly on the wall on that.
Oh, man, Kelly, it's something else.
Yeah.
I think that the Bills got a good team. I don't think that you guys are like some scrubs that we're going to roll over. And I respect the Buffalo Bills more than I do the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're frauds. I really do. I think they're fraudulent. I think they've been lucky all year long. I think they should have lost to y'all. I think the Bills, y'all should have beat them. I think that game was taken from them by the refs. There were some horrible, horrible calls in that game. Right. So I think the Bills should have beat the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Eagles been living on a lot of luck this year. Yeah. They've had a lot of luck and plays and lucky stuff to go their way. Now that that's not going their way, you're seeing what's happened. Not to get too far off on that tangent and be talking about the Eagles, but I just saw that they lost Darius Slay for Monday night versus so that already weak ass secondary, now lost another key member, Darius Slay, to that Seahawks offense that's been cooking.
Yeah.
So that Seahawks offense, we saw what happened when they went up against. I mean, they gave Dallas' secondary a hard time in that Thursday night football game. When we had, Dak Prescott put the team on his back. Yeah. And here we go. Got that win. That's right. And so, that was a great game. But I'm just going to say the reason why I feel confident about this is because it's y'all's defense and y'all's secondaries, right? So, yes, Josh Allen is going up against us, and Josh Allen's a good quarterback, but we got the third we got the third best passing defense in the league right now that Josh Allen gonna have to go up against, and an opportunistic defense that makes you pay if you turn the ball over. On the other hand, we've got Dak Prescott playing at the MVP level, going up against a Buffalo Bills defense that has lost a guy like Micah Hyde, which is an all-pro guy. And you talking about Dak Prescott, what he's been able to do against defenses. I don't know if you've been watching, but Dak Prescott has been exposing. I mean, when he goes up against a bad defense, he is going to take advantage all day long. And I know that the weather, it's going to be, but I'll tell you what, that Dak Prescott is the guy who is going to be the key to this game because he's playing at a level above any other quarterback this season. That's why he's in the MVP conversation, and he's going to continue that today. And y'all, you know, that secondary for the Buffalo Bills, about to find out, man. They better be pumping on some oxygen before the game and getting hydrated, because the cramps and the gas, that's gonna come, man. It's gonna come. They're gonna be chasing them Cowboys receivers around all day long.
So did you not just say we got a bad defense?
Your secondary suspect.
You said
secondary. Your secondary is very suspect.
Bad defenses. We're not a bad defense. We were like 16 a couple of weeks ago. Now we were number 1 last year. There's a significant drop off. We're not a bad defense.
You're saying that is bad.
No. That means half of the league is worse than we are. That means half of the league is worse than we are. We're not bad. So
let me ask you, Coach. This is a serious question, and we're having a great time. So Diggs, Stephon Diggs, there seems to be a little bit of rub there. There seems to be some issues going on with Diggs in the Bills. I don't know if it's him and Josh or what it is, but what's the insight there?
Well, let me tell you this. When Michael Irvin played with the Dallas Cowboys, didn't he demand the ball? Didn't he want the ball? Y'all gave him the ball, right?
He demanded the ball, but the one thing that Michael Irvin will say, he never, ever got in the face of Troy Aikman. He never tried to disrespect and never did any of that.
And that's a lack of respect for leadership when Diggs did that. You know, if Sean Payton, just like he got in the face of
Russell
Wilson last night, if we had a coach that was like Bill Parcells type, that's going to catch you before you come off that field and get in your stuff regardless of who you are, that would change. Sean McDermott is a nice coach. You know, he may be doing some things behind closed doors that we don't know to get into the players, but sometimes you have to get into these players' stuff on the field. Regardless of what the TV, what the screen records or whatever, you're going to have to get into your players' stuff. Now, Diggs is a great receiver, a Hall of Fame receiver, I think, in my eyes. However, we must give him the ball. If y'all notice, over the last month, his targets have been real low.
Yeah.
You cannot win like that. CeeDee Lamb targets hadn't been that low. You have to get this man the ball. James Cook is a great running back that people aren't giving a whole lot of credit to because we hadn't been running the ball as much until Joe Brady got there, because everything has been put on Josh Allen to carry the team. But I can tell you this, you all going to be in a lot of trouble tonight trying to cover Diggs. And if you mess around and double him and you think Gilmore going to be able to check this guy the whole game, you're in trouble. And that's when Dawson Knox and all the rest of our receivers going to have a field day, because we got some pretty good receivers. Now, we may not have a big-time number 2 receiver, but we got some good tight ends. We got a great running game. We got 2 or 3 good running backs. And we can manage the ball now, holding the ball away from teams because of what Joe Brady brings to the table. So I feel real good about the game. Like I said, the weather is going to play a big factor in this game. And now your running back,
Pollard.
Yeah, I mean, he's all right now. Y'all, you know, he's not no Robert Newhouse and Tony Dorsett back there.
Now you're talking.
Now, you know.
But we're bringing in Malik Davis,
man,
and he can power the ball.
They can bring in whoever they want to bring in. He's not going to get a lot of touches because he's just getting on the field. Anytime you bring a practice squad player in or somebody in free agency right off like that, he's not going to test the ball.
No, it's going to be Pollard and Rico. I mean, that's it. But
right.
we had a question. We had a question in the chat. Serious question. Now, this is a concerning question. It's from Scott. He said, Greg, if Jim breaks anything in your house during the game, does he have to pony up for it? Because I think he's going to be upset during the game. So we need fans. We want to make sure you're going to be taken care of. We got insurance, or what's the deal?
It's funny because when we were growing up, if we wouldn't allow Jim to play with us because he was too small, he'd stand on the sideline and throw rocks at everybody in the game. And then he'll steal the ball one way and run in the house. And my mom told him, Jim, you are never to do that, and you better not ever break anything of anybody's when me and Mike were Pittsburgh and Dallas fans. Jim knows better in this house not to break anything, because here's how we do. When I go to visit Jim, I'll sit in the house, I'll say, remember what you did? And he'll like, come on, man, don't do that. I said, 1 for 1, high five.
Hey, Mike, I can tell you this. The number one phrase that's gonna be used, that's been used for this whole year. When y'all lose tonight, when y'all get ready to get on that bus, Dak is gonna be in front of that bus. Here we go. Headed back to that airplane with a loss, because it's coming. I can guarantee you that.
Man, look, I try this.
Hey, well, I'll say this as far as Stephon Diggs, he's a great wide receiver, but I will say this, man, I don't know if we put Bland on him, or I don't know if we put Gilmore on him, but Gilmore can hold his own, man. I don't know if you've seen what Gilmore did to AJ Brown last week, but I'll just say this, like, and maybe today's the day. I don't see it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games straight, Diggs hasn't had over 100 yards since October 15th versus the New York Giants, which, I mean, I could probably go for 100 yards on that New York Giants defense. Let me just say that. I could probably throw the suit on right now a little bit. I might be able to go for 100 yards on them boys. So I'm just going to tell you like this. We don't need to double up. We don't need to double up on him, man. This secondary is good enough that we don't got to double nobody.
Okay.
We go single cover Diggs. Let Diggs do his thing. I mean, last week he had 24 yards against that Chiefs defense. He about to face a similar type defense today. He gets the home confines or whatever. I'm not saying I'm not worried about Diggs. He's definitely a playmaker, and the Cowboys will have emphasis on stop. You got some other playmakers. Dalton Kincaid is a nice young tight end. But I'm just saying, this Dallas secondary, that the problem for you guys becomes, is Josh Allen going to be to throw into those tight windows? Because you ain't going to be having wide receivers. There ain't going to be wide receivers running wide open. Ain't nobody running wide open on the Dallas Cowboys secondary. It don't happen. You're going to have to throw into tight windows. You're going to have to drop it over the top of these guys. You're going to have to make accurate throws. And what Josh Allen does, he's got a huge arm, but he thinks he can make every throw. And that's the problem. He be trying to fit it into those tight windows, and when that happens, here comes Bland, boom, pick 6, we eating. Here comes Gilmore, boom, pick. We got, Hooker, boom, pick. I mean, it's you got any one of them guys. This ball hawks, man. There's ball hawks all over that
against the
49ers right now.
But
and they circle it.
Are we playing the 49ers today, or are we playing the Bills?
But that's the pass. And here's the thing about
the pass, and y'all just bring up something from 1993 about the Super Bowl.
Here's the thing about Diggs. If Diggs,
yeah, let's bring up the 90. Hey, let's bring up the 92 NFC Championship game and the 93 if we're going to go all the way back.
Exactly.
Listen. If Diggs goes on a tantrum tonight, what's going to happen is Josh is going to feel the pressure. He's going to try to force a square peg in a round hole just to satisfy Diggs, and that's going to create picks. He's going to try to appease Diggs, who's going to go off on the sideline, and by doing that, he's going to throw picks, trying to force the ball to Diggs and make him happy, which is going to make our defensive backs happy.
When was the last time have y'all seen that you saw Stephon Diggs have a tantrum? This year.
Oh, man.
I saw the Bills games. I don't know. I know early in the season he did, and I know he makes that face.
He hadn't done it since, even though his targets was low. He hadn't done it since.
Okay.
If you notice, he's been a team player we all know, and you said 24 yards against the Chiefs. He's not getting the ball. It's not that the defense is locking him down. Josh Allen looks, he don't think he's open. Sometimes you can throw people open. Now, he hadn't been open because he might be getting double teamed, but there are ways to work him in the offense to where he can have 100 yards receiving, or even 80 yards receiving, or being an impact player during the game. Because if he was playing the 49ers, it'll be a totally different story because they know how to feature their wide receivers. They get everybody the ball. That's the problem with us right now. We're not giving Diggs the ball enough. This man is one of the top receivers in the league. So how can he get 3 and 4 targets a game?
But you can't change Josh's habits in midseason. When he's on that field, no matter what he did in practice that week, no matter the dink and dunks, like you said, Josh's instincts and his habits are going to come to fruition in a game, and in midseason they're not going to change. And I think he's going to try to force the ball to Diggs, because Diggs on the sideline is going to make it known that he thinks he needs to get the ball, and that's going to favor us.
But instincts and targets, that's totally different. Your instincts is, I'm thinking this man is open. But when you got a slant call and this man is open, or you got a quick hitch, or you got a 9 route, Josh interceptions have come from trying to force balls with those post corner routes and teams trying to cover 2 defenses. And you can't do that. My thing is, get Stephon the ball early and often. And I guarantee you, when Gilmore come up, now you talking about your secondary as if they are like Jack Tatum and Deion Sanders. I mean, your secondary. I mean, come on now, let's be real.
We got a complete secondary.
You talking about the Washington Commanders and AJ Brown? I don't care what nobody tell me. AJ Brown is not Stephon Diggs. AJ Brown is a whiner. He cries when somebody get up in him. Stephon gonna laugh at you during the game, and he gonna come back and hit you for another 50. That's a big difference, man.
No, and I like Diggs. I think he's a good dude, and I think he's a great player, so no issue. But hey, before we get rolling, all our new people in here, I see a lot of new people, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe, like, share, all that kind of good stuff, because this is a lot of fun. We love doing this on Sunday morning, and I'm glad to see people are up. You know, sometimes I got to drag Kelly out of bed, but he's out, he's up. So if he's up, everybody's got to be up, and it's great to see, you know, everybody in the chat. But no, I say with Diggs, I think he's a great receiver. He needs to get the ball. He's not getting the ball enough. And one more shout out before I forget, Frankie and Tony. You know, we met you at the games. Appreciate you guys hopping in. And I know Frankie's from Germany. He's this is the world's team, and he gets up, stays up late to watch the games. It's amazing the fan base that we've got, for the Cowboys. But one question was for you, Coach, is, I mean, I'm seeing some very nice polished Lombardis behind. That's got to hurt your feelings a little bit when you see them Lombardis.
No, it don't hurt. It don't hurt a little. It don't hurt a bit, because if you think about it, what's your record against Buffalo since you won those Super Bowls?
Oh, but the Super Bowls would matter. See,
they do matter, but ever since then,
we win when it matters.
A few years ago, Josh Allen.
We win when it matters.
Josh Allen came into Dallas. And beat you on Thanksgiving. And not only that, Cole Beasley came in, the man that you all let go came in and did that on you too.
But you know,
and that's what's going to happen today. So you all can get ready.
Guys, when we get together, when the 3 of us get together football season, Mike brings all 6 of his Pittsburgh Steelers a replica ring. I put on all 5 of mine. You know what he puts on? His Ohio State championship ring.
I knew there was something wrong with this guy. You're an Ohio State fan.
Super Bowl ring.
Now you know as well as I do. 2001, that flag flew out about 15 minutes after the game. They already handed Miami the trophy. We're already celebrating the locker room, and they throw that flag out. You know we were robbed of that one. I'll never let Ohio State. That's why I don't like Ohio State.
If you look at that play, I got the game on disc. If you look at that play, as soon as Gamble made his cut on that slant, your cornerback grabbed his jersey here. I promise you. He grabbed it like this, and the referee thought about it. He let it process like you're supposed to. I referee high school football as well. He let the process happen, and then he took a look, and then the flag came out.
He took a look at that check, and he said it's going to cash, and then he threw the flag.
We were dominating the whole game anyway, and I mean, we let you back in the game. Yeah. So,
but see those back there, Jim? See those behind me?
You'll never get another one.
And like I tell people, when y'all get 5 of those, then you holler at me.
It's coming. It's coming.
Well, hey, this is so much fun. I mean, I love doing this game day, and you guys are great. And Coach, it's so awesome to have you in here. This was a treat, because love getting the opposing team in here. I know it's a lot of fun, but now we're going to get into some predictions, bold predictions, score predictions, just thoughts of the game. So Kelly, should we start with the guest first from the Bills, or we save him for last so he can, at least we know where he's going? What do you think, Kelly?
Well, I feel like I don't know Coach Neighbors super well right now, but I've got a really good feel about where he's going with his prediction, just because, you know, I feel like the Buffalo Kool-Aid is very strong where he's at right now. So I know where he's going. So it don't matter. We can start with him or we can end with him, but I feel like I already know where this is going. So I mean, go ahead, Mike. I'm gonna let you call it. I'll let.
we're gonna let the brothers go last. That way, in case there's a scrap, we got it going live. So I'll start because Kelly, you usually go first, and that'll be fair. You follow me, and I think this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a nasty game. I think the Bills are backs against the wall. They got to continue to roll to get into the playoff, to keep their playoff hopes alive. Also, you like Coach said, is they've got a shot at the division because Miami does have to play Dallas. They've got to play Baltimore. I think they play Buffalo again. And obviously they got the Jets, which is easy. So if that's all correct, they've got 3 tough games left. And the Miami seems to kind of decline in December for some weird reason. But so I think it's going to be a battle, but I think Dallas just has too much. I think the offense is too much. I think the defense is too much, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be 28-24. Dallas is going to pull out the victory. And I will say this. I think Brandon Cooks has a big game. I saw the Madden game showed it. He had 3 touchdowns. I don't know if he get 3, but I think Brandon Cooks has a big game against the Buffalo Bills. That's my prediction. What do you say, Kelly?
Well, we're going into a road game. I think the Cowboys are they're definitely averaging a lot less on the road than they are at home. I think it's somewhere around 24 to 27. I think I remember it's 24 or 27. But, in honor of our guy in here, Frankie, that's from Germany, do I think that the Bills win this game? I'm going to answer that in German. 9. I don't think they're winning. That means no for those of you who don't know German. Right. 9. No, they're not going to win that game. The Buffalo Bills, well, I understand that, that the Buffalo Bills, they look at it and say, well, Coach Neighbors, he was mentioning, what is the record since the Super Bowl? But we win the games that count, and that's what matters. And today, while this is not a one that I'll brag about years from now because it wasn't a Super Bowl win, it's just a regular season win. But this game is gonna count for us because we're trying to stay in the driver's seat for a number 1 seed in the NFC while they're fighting for their playoff lives. And unfortunately, we're going to have to douse a little bit of water on that fire that they're trying to stoke with the win that they got over the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that Bland is going to, and that's going to be another pick 6. You're talking about extending what already is one of the, it's a record in the league, but he's going to extend it and all before 16 games, so nobody can put an asterisk on that record. It will continue to grow. I think Bland gets a pick 6. I think the Dallas Cowboys win this game. Final score, 33-27. I bumped it up a little bit. I had them losing 33-24 early in the week. I give them 3 more points. So I'm going to say 33-27 in this game.
Well, see, I got it. I'm kind of close to you, Kelly. I think Aubrey, in the late stage of the game, is going to kick 2 field goals. And I think because of his field goals, and they'll be close field goals, they won't be a real distance where the wind can make a factor. And I think because of that, we beat them 30-23, 30-23, because I think they're going to go for a 2-point conversion somewhere along the game, Buffalo, if they score, and they're going to fail. So I see us beating them 30-23.
All right, now, Coach, if my brother said that when we're getting ready to move the table and we're going to have to settle it like men, but let's see what happens. I don't know if we're going to get any entertainment, but what do you think? We're going to give
you guys are delusional, man. You're talking about 33 points in torrential rain in a storm. You're not going to get 33 points. Buffalo's going to win 17-16. Field goal, the ball is going to be spotted at the 8-yard line, and we're going to kick the ball and win the ball game. And we're going to run off the field, and we're going to go to the locker room, and we're going to meet Dak at the bus, and all it's going to have, here we go, right there outside the bus, and here y'all go back up out of Buffalo. And I noticed Vanilla Ice right here, Kelly, he's going to sit up here and tell me, he's going to sit up here and say that Buffalo, you don't know the record. You still have yet to tell me the record of Buffalo and Dallas since the Super Bowl. You conveniently left that out.
Well, but it doesn't matter.
It does.
Well,
matter
the reason why. I'll tell you why. The reason I kept it out is because I don't count participation trophies. I don't count participation trophies.
When the last time y'all won a Super Bowl?
Right, this is what I'll say.
I don't know, but I got 5 of them. 5.
My
That's what we count. That's what we count.
Participation trophy.
We count Lombardies. We count Super Bowls in Dallas. We don't count regular season wins. That's participation trophy. So pat on the back. That's a good job, Junior. Here's your orange slice of juice box.
I got to tell my brother Mike that about the participation trophy. He's gonna get a laugh out of that one.
I'm telling you right now, we are a better team than what it looks like. Even with our backup linebackers and secondary guys. If Sean McDermott don't get tense like he always do in those playoff games, because I notice he always get tense and make bad decisions in playoff games. If he don't get tense in this game, if he get comfortable and let Josh Allen be Josh Allen, just tell Josh Allen, hey man, let's dink and dunk him most of the time. Get those corners to coming on up. And y'all talking about Bland. Bland is a good corner, but I tell you, Bland hadn't seen Stephon Diggs. Bland hadn't. Okay. He played against A.J. Brown, but A.J. Brown is like a linebacker playing wide receiver, man. Come on. You know, you're not going to stop Stephon Diggs if we feature him the ball. And then it's raining. I keep telling y'all, watch James Cook today. And now James Cook will fumble every so often, but I'll tell you this. Once he gets going downhill, it's going to be tough to deal with. And y'all keep talking like their defense is just unbeatable. Well, I saw them play the 49ers.
Boy, you lost the 49ers. You talking about the
Then the Eagles beat you up. Didn't you split with the Eagles this year?
Jim, we only got 3
Wait
losses.
a minute. I just thought about something.
We only have 3 losses. How many losses y'all got?
Didn't you just lose? Didn't you lose? Not just lose, but didn't you lose against the Eagles early this year?
We lost against the Eagles.
And you lost to the 3-10 Cardinals.
Okay,
so who did y'all? Where was that super elite Super Bowl defense in those games? And you about to face another elite offense.
And we're going to beat them.
Matter of fact, I'm taking my prediction back, man. I'm thinking 24-13 Buffalo now, because y'all just ticked me off, man. You just ticked me
one thing, we got a couple things. First of all, one, I want to remind you, because I want to get your feeling, but Kelly, you got something to say real quick?
Yeah, I was just gonna say something. I know you mentioned the weather and you talked about the 30-something points. Did Philadelphia not put 37 on y'all in the rain?
It was drizzling.
Not put 37 on y'all in the rain?
It wasn't like the weather gonna be today. It was drizzling.
Oh, it was drizzling.
It's a difference.
Hey, it may have been drizzling in that game, but it's gonna be a downpour of Dak Prescott touchdown passes today.
I think
49ers
put up 40-some points on you.
Here he goes with the 49ers.
We're talking about tonight.
Hey, let me ask you, Coach.
Hey, you should switch that Bills jersey out to a 49ers jersey, because then at least you can feel what it feels like to have 5 Super Bowls.
I'm throwing up elite offenses against y'all, and you all don't fare well against elite offenses.
Well, we're not playing an elite offense. Let's be real about that. We're not playing
an elite offense.
Yeah, your offense ain't elite.
Are you serious?
How many games have y'all lost this year?
Serious.
Listen.
What is y'all record?
Listen. The record don't tell what type of offense we have. The record, it doesn't. The record tells we have Tre'Davious White.
He's drinking that Bills Kool-Aid.
Matt Milano out for the year. How can you replace 2 Pro Bowls like that? You don't. And we're a big zone defense.
You're not even giving your best receiver the ball, and you're talking about
that's
your
right. That's my point.
That's right.
That's my whole
How you an elite offense?
But it's not just the offense. And honestly, and I hate to throw this out there, I really felt like because Stephon Diggs was complaining earlier or late last year and earlier this year that they were purposely not trying to get him the ball so they can get him frustrated to try to get him out of it. Honestly, I thought that's what was going on. But looked like that has calmed down. But I can tell you this, you all putting Buffalo offense down, we are one of the top offenses in the league. It may not have looked like it because we had Ken Dorsey with his conservative offense, but Joe Brady has proven he's won an NCAA championship. This man knows how to call plays. I'm telling you. So you all keep thinking that super elite defense that Dallas is supposed to have gonna do anything. But I saw 49ers run all over you. I saw the Eagles in the first game do what they wanted to do.
Well, we saw
I don't see any difference today.
We saw 6 teams run all over.
The Eagles didn't even score a touchdown against.
Hey,
I think y'all got 6 losses.
If the Cardinals beat you, if the Cardinals beat you, they don't even have what we have. You know what's coming.
Well, you said
rain, sleet, or snow.
You said the magic word, 2-letter word throughout your entire conversation about Buffalo beating Dallas, and you said if they throw the Stephon Diggs. If we give the ball to Stephon Diggs. If it's been every game. 6 losses. If Josh Allen's
if was a 5th.
Josh Allen's instincts are to throw interceptions. Y'all gonna give up the ball on the offense twice. You're gonna give up the ball at least running. You're gonna give up the ball on interceptions. Jim, you know I got some jerseys back there, right? So after the game, you can pick out any Dallas Cowboy jersey you want, and I'll let you wear it. But you ain't taking it home with you.
Hey,
now
I'm gonna tell y'all.
The other thing in the chat said that your brother. I mean, I think it's the right thing to do after the beating. After the Cowboys give them a beating, I think you get a nice cloth. Make sure it's a soft, like a microfiber cloth. And I think you give Greg, give Jim the opportunity to polish those Super Bowl trophies you got back there.
And I'll record it.
Fingerprints on them and all that.
I'll record it.
I can tell you like this.
And I'll record it. And they're not participation trophies either.
I don't want to use somebody else's words or patented statement that they use on TikTok. But after we beat Dallas today, we're gonna grab all his jerseys. Trash! No, I tell you that right now.
No, you won't. You'll be right out here, and they'll have FBI. I tell you.
Well, hey, I want to leave with one thing. I was thinking about it. I was going to bring it up. You know, you talk about the Cowboy route. You know, we played a few times, and you guys owned it. Tell me, how bad was your heart ripped out when we threw like 5 interceptions? Romo threw 5 interceptions against Buffalo, and you guys are whooping our ass, and then we end up beating it. That had to break, especially
in Buffalo.
Brothers. That had to break your heart, Coach. That really did had to ruin your whole evening, ruin your season.
It did hurt, but I think that was the last time y'all beat us. So I've been able to.
That's a great time to win, though. That was a good one to win.
Yeah, you got one off a fluky field goal
in Buffalo. It wasn't fluky. It wasn't fluky.
We were called for offside to play before, and then he come back and kick a field goal. I mean, how long ago was that? That was T.O. days.
Hey, right? You're bringing up stuff from way back. I'm saying
our record. I think we might have lost you all one time since the Super Bowl.
No,
if I'm not mistaken.
No,
I think we've lost y'all one time since the Super Bowl. Since you all beat us in the Super Bowl.
Would it be twice tonight?
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't have my phone to Google it, but I'm just going by what I've seen in the last 7, because we hardly played down.
But here's the thing, Jim. When it really counts
tonight,
for all of the marbles, twice we got y'all in Super Bowls. Twice. And who did you blame? Tell them who you blamed in both of those Super Bowls.
Who did you blame?
Thurman Thomas. He always put it on Thurman Thomas.
Your best Hall of Fame player, you're going to blame him?
Put it on Thurman Thomas.
I love Thurman Thomas. And Thurman, if you're listening, no harm being done. But you fumbled the balls. He did. And it cost us.
Not 52-17.
And we had you in Atlanta the next year. And the first play coming out of halftime, when we were up 13-6 at halftime, Thurman fumbled the ball and changed the momentum of the doggone game. I love Thurman now, but the truth is the truth. We had you beat that game.
52-17. Thurman didn't fumble that much.
Thurman fumbled that ball, and that turned the momentum. Y'all scored 30 points, beat us 30-13. But I can tell you this, that was then, this is now. As Marv Levy says, where else would you rather be? Right here, right now.
It looked like
nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
With only 3 wheels.
Well, Kelly, I don't know. Is there before we wrap this up, is there anything else that you want to add to this conversation?
No, I would just say this. I'll say, and I'll end with this. I know that when you're a Bills fan and you're kind of trying to reach for some things, you want to pull some things out. And I know we mentioned San Francisco a few times this year, and you did talk about Arizona. And I got to admit, those games, they did happen. They did happen. They absolutely did. But I do think that that we all remember just a couple of weeks ago, November 13th to be exact, that Denver came into Buffalo and won. Denver. It has the Denver Broncos to beat y'all. And y'all lost. Y'all also got a loss to the Jets. Y'all also got a loss to the New England Patriots. I think the New England Patriots might get the #1 overall pick in the draft. I mean, New England Patriots.
That's right.
So we have had a bad loss. We did get a bad loss, but I mean, we didn't lose to the Patriots. We didn't lose to the Broncos. So I'm just gonna say that, man. I mean, good luck. Best of luck to you, man. I know that you think. Some good things are going to happen today. I hope Kleenexes for you. The really soft kind of Kleenexes that you don't scratch up your nose and stuff. Greg got the good stuff.
Yeah. But hey, earlier in the podcast, I did say Josh Allen has thrown us out of some games, and I said Sean McDermott makes some bad decisions in ball games.
And nothing's going to change.
And those were some of the games. Because why would you call a zero blitz on 4th down and they needed 6, 7, whatever, how many yards, and you call a zero blitz and put your DBs out there on the island when we had just sacked them to play before that? See, little things like that. If 4th down, let's go 4 rushes, bring in an extra DB, a dime, nickel, whoever it is, and let's play solid defense. Let's get a stop and win the game. But it didn't. But I can tell you one thing before y'all shut this down. Greg got some tables in here. And we Buffalo Bills fans are known.
Oh, no, you ain't jumping on my table.
And landing and breaking tables. So I can tell you this tonight. You think these Super Bowl trophies are up on this table right here? There's a ladder in there. I'm jumping off the ladder. Straight on this right here.
Hey,
boom.
And here's the thing. When he jumps off the ladder, I'll seemingly pull the table away. He will hit the floor.
Hey,
bam!
Mike, you're going to see ketchup and mustard, just like Buffalo fans do. Spread it all over this room. It's coming on, baby.
I tell you what, first of all, I wish I could be. I love brotherly rivalries, and I think watching you guys today is going to be that. I wish I could be a fly on the wall because that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
But
you will be polishing these trophies, though. That is going on video.
I want to see a video.
That is going on video.
Do you guys do any kind of bet? Like my brothers and I, we'll usually we do what we used to call, we like this old Superman movie, we call it kneel. You have to kneel before the other one if you lose the game and admit that their team's the greatest, and we usually get a picture of that. I quit doing it against the Broncos because we always lose, so I wouldn't do that anymore. But do you guys have any kind of brotherly bets that you guys have?
Well, it's going to be one today because he's going to have to wear this jersey right here as soon as we win. And he's going to do a video just like he do those other TikToks, walking in and brag on how number 14 did away with the Dallas Cowboys secondary. Okay?
Since you say that, you're going to wear my jersey and you're going to polish these trophies, and I do have microfiber rags, and we're going to record it.
That's a bet.
That's a bet.
All right, we got it here in the cave. We're going to have some fun.
Man.
Hey, I do want my last thing, Mike and Kelly. I think you all are doing this is a good podcast, man. Since Greg got on, I didn't know anything about it at first because I was watching others, but I enjoy watching you guys every Sunday morning, really, and I really appreciate y'all even having him on and then having me on as well. So it's fun, man, and you guys keep doing what you're doing.
Now we appreciate you guys. You're always welcome. We love to have you. And Greg, I'm so happy that we've been able to connect because I said I don't know if you're his brother or I'm his brother because him and I we're more alike. We like the Canes. We like the Cowboys. I mean, we got a good connection. So no, but it's awesome, and I'm hoping that we get, Greg, we get you out to AT&T or get you to Atlanta, get you to Carolina to come join the Cowboys Cave tailgate parties and have some fun with Cowboys Nation because it'll be a lot of fun. And
we're definitely doing the next season.
Belly brings it down. So yeah, hopefully we definitely do again, but appreciate everything. We had a great time on this show. And it's going to be fun. I mean, Bills Cowboys is fun, and I think we're going to win. You think you're going to win, but I think at the end of the day, we're going to win. But Kelly, I wanted to leave it with you too. Is there any special message, anything you want to, maybe we pull from the heavens to give Greg anything to make him feel better about this game?
Let me just we can just close with this. When the Buffalo Bills wake up tomorrow morning, the thing they're going to remember the most is that the Dallas Cowboys came into town and put their boots down on their proverbial Buffalo Bills hides and walked out of there with a victory. And that's the bottom line, because Jerry Jones says so.
Joey sounds just like him, don't he?
Hey!
Dallas Cowboys will win.
Let's go, Buffalo.
Hey, everyone in the chat again, if you're still hanging with us, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe, share. This was probably one of my favorite shows, man. I don't know. It was just, I love getting the other fans in, and it's all in fun, man. It's a good time. Hopefully it's a great game, but hopefully the Cowboys win, of course.
Yes. I noticed you said hopefully. Because you don't sound optimistic.
We're gonna listen. We are gonna win. Now I'll leave it at this. I was more confident us beating the hell out of the Eagles than I am the Bills. But I think we're going to. I believe we're going to win. I think we're the better team. I think the cream always rises to the top, and at the end of the day, the weather and all that stuff could play a factor. But I think Dallas is just too talented for this Buffalo Bills team, and I just think tailor-made for us. And you're going to get hurt, but that's
a lot of hesitancy in your voice, man. I'm feeling it. I see a lot of hesitancy. I mean, you're like, I really think no, it's not going to happen.
Well, let me just tell you something right now, my man. You think that you're going to come in to the Cowboys cave and you think I'm going to show any doubts? Let me tell you how we're going to handle that. Rule number one of being America's team. You never overmatch yourself. So Josh Allen, you think he's really good, but let's see what happens when he faces that all-pro Micah Parsons and James Cook. I'm hearing that so you're running back, you're running across the middle, but you better think twice, brother, because the buzzsaw, the human crippler, is going to chew you up one side and spit you out the back. So, Buffalo Bills, we're coming into your crib. We're going to take everything from you, and we're leaving with that W. So you tell me, if this ain't confidence, then can you film it? And can you dig it? Now,
here we go.
So anyway, Cowboys Nation, it is awesome. I expect to see a video at the end of the game from these brothers, and it better be a good one. So make sure you guys check it out, and I'll extend the invitation. After the game, we're probably going to do a live show. So if you guys are up for it, you guys are in for it, we definitely would love to have you guys back on.
All right.
It's coming.
All right. You guys take care. We will see you. Cowboys Nation, enjoy this one. It's going to be great. We'll talk.
Let's
to you
go,
soon.
Buffalo.
See you.
All right, guys.
Take it over. Yeah. Take it over.